Okay, so today we will discuss the syllabus of hospital and clinical pharmacy. So this hospital and clinical pharmacy, which is mainly divided into two parts, First one, that is hospital pharmacy. So what is hospital pharmacy? You just see here this picture, so you will get the idea about that. So what is hospital pharmacy? Anyone can tell? Pankaj, with the help of this picture or this photograph? Okay, forget that. So here, what is hospital pharmacy? Pharmacy, you know what is mean that pharmacy, where the what that dispensing of all types of medicines to the patient, that is inpatient as well as outpatient. What is inpatient? That is those patient which is admitted in the hospital and treatment is going on. That is called as a inpatient. Outpatient means so that particular patient which is not admitted in the hospital. So without admitting that, don't disturb here. You just mute your mic. Okay. Okay. So what is the hospital pharmacy? So hospital pharmacy is an organization which is attached to the hospital. It is nothing but the pharmacy which is attached to the hospital, where the manufacturing as well as storing as well as the dispensing of a medicine which is happen with the help of qualified person, legally qualified staff. What does it mean that legally qualified staff? That nothing but the registered pharmacist. So you just remember that. Okay. So next part is there, that is clinical pharmacy. So what is clinical pharmacy? You just see here the picture. So clinical pharmacy is an patient oriented service, whereas the hospital pharmacy is an product oriented service. So you just remember that two differences. Hospital pharmacy is an product oriented service where the formulation, or that is manufacturing, storing as well as dispensing of medicine is takes place. But in case of clinical pharmacy, this is an patient oriented services. So here advice which is given to the patient about rational use or rational selection of drug for the safety purpose. So you just remember that. You just see here the pictures. This is a hospital pharmacy and this is a clinical pharmacy. Here that particular pharmacist which is asking here to the patient, is there any difficulty or is there any allergic reactions, as well as this pharmacist, that is clinical pharmacist, suggests to the doctor for the selection of particular drug to that particular patient. Okay, so the main difference, you just remember that hospital pharmacy is a product oriented service and clinical pharmacy is an patient oriented service. Okay, coming to the next. So you just see a hospital pharmacy. So it is an organization in which manufacturing, storing and distribution of drugs and medicines takes place with the help of a registered pharmacy, that is legally qualified staff. As well as here inventory management is there. In case of hospital pharmacy, inventory management, that is management of stock in the pharmacy. For example, if that particular hospital pharmacy manufacturing some formulation, so there is necessary to manage or to maintain the stock of raw material which is required for the formulation preparation. You just remember. So here inventory, that is stock of medicine to avoid the out of stock label. For example, if any patient is coming to that particular hospital pharmacy and there is a no, that means there is a absent of that particular medicine, so that is called as a out of stock label. So to avoid that, here the workers, that is hospital pharmacist, which is actually working in hospital pharmacy, should maintain the stock of that particular medicine. So you just remember that. Whereas clinical pharmacy is an patient oriented service. So here that particular pharmacist doing the ward visit with doctor as well as nurses. Okay, as well as here advice is given to the patient, that is called as patient counseling, as well as to the physician and nurses. So patient, so how to take that particular medicine, what is the timing of that medicine, so that type of information which is given to that patient by the clinical pharmacist. And for the physicians here, how to select that particular drug to that particular patient, that particular counseling is done with the doctor, that is physician. And nurses, how to given that particular medicine to the patient, so that particular information which is given by the clinical pharmacist to all these, that is patient, physician as well as nurses. So you just remember that hospital pharmacy is an product oriented service, whereas clinical pharmacy is an patient oriented service. Okay, are you getting this or not, Pankaj? So just type in chat box yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, mute your mic please. Okay, coming to the next. So I said that hospital and clinical pharmacy, which is divided into two parts, that is hospital pharmacy and clinical pharmacy. So in syllabus also same part is there. So here in part first, hospital pharmacy is there. So into that there are 9 chapters. So in that first, hospital. So in this hospital we will learn about the definition as well as function of hospital, as well as classification, how classification is done with the hospital, as well as organization, as well as management, and lastly we will see about the health delivery system in India. Whereas in second topic, that is hospital pharmacy, here we will see about the concept of hospital pharmacy, functions as well as objectives, as well as location where it should be located, layout, as well as some flow charts, as well as personal requirement, means the what that personal requirement means, there is a how many pharmacists which is required for that particular hospital pharmacy, that depends on the bed size of that hospital. So you just remember that. So third topic is there, that is drug distribution system in hospital. So in this chapter we will see the difference between inpatient and outpatient, as well as various distribution systems for the inpatient as well as outpatient. Okay, so next chapter, that is hospital manufacturing. So in this chapter we'll learn about how to manufacture drug in hospital pharmacy. In a bigger hospital there is a separate unit for the manufacturing, that is called as a hospital manufacturing, where in this that manufacturing unit, that particular hospital itself manufacturing the product, that is formulation which is required to that particular hospital. So you just remember. So in this we will see about the inventory management, how to manage the stock for the formulation, that is raw materials, as well as in hospital pharmacy, that is final product. Okay, as well as we will see about the various requirements for the sterile manufacturing, non-sterile manufacturing, etc. As well as we will see about the procurement and store, as well as testing of raw materials. Okay, so after the receiving of that particular raw material, what type of test is done with that product to check the quality and efficacy or that quality of that particular product. So that particular testing is done by the quality control department. Okay, So next is there, that is surgical instruments, hospital equipments and health accessories. Okay, so in this chapter we will see about the various types of surgical instruments which is required for the surgery, as well as various hospital equipments, as well as various accessories. So these three things are different. Surgical instruments, that is mean that is metal or the particular instrument which is used during the surgery. For example, scalpel is there, as well as forceps are there. In hospital equipment, there is some of the, or that for example, glucometer, that is particular equipment which is used to record or to check the particular, or that blood sugar of that particular patient. Okay, and health accessory, for example, walkers are there, sticks are there. Okay, as well as stretcher is there, so that is called as a health accessories. Okay, so next is there, that is pharmacy and therapeutic committee, that is PTC, and hospital formulary. What does it mean that hospital formulary? So hospital formulary is nothing but an official document which is prepared by that particular hospital, which contains selective list of drugs which is used in that particular hospital. So here that PTC committee helps to prepare that particular hospital formula. So in this chapter we will see the composition of that particular PTC committee as well as hospital formula. So next chapter is the drug information services, that is DIS, and drug information bulletin. So what is mean that drug information services? So how to get that particular information of that particular drug. So many information which is available in Google, but which one the authenticate? So here there is a committee, that is drug information committee, who is actually gathering that particular information of that drugs. So that is called as a drug information services. And second one, that is drug information bulletin. So here, after collecting of that particular information, here that particular committee publishes that particular information in the form of booklet or books as well as journals. So that particular published journal or that booklet is called as a drug information bulletin. So you just remember that. So in detail we will see in that particular chapter. So next is there surgical dressings. So what is surgical dressings? So here that surgical dressing is termed as the particular material which is used during the surgical dressing or that surgery, as well as in case of healing of wounds. So that particular material is called as a surgical dressing. So in this chapter we will see how to evaluate that particular surgical dressing. So either that particular dressing which is in the form of quality or not. So here in this chapter we will see, as well as various types of surgical dressings. So mainly you just remember that. So here that surgical dressing which is mainly used to heal the wound. So in next chapter we will see about the applications of computer in pharmacy. So in today's era, every hospital has an computer system. Okay, so the various applications we will see in this computer, that is inventory management is there, patient monitoring is there. So many applications are there. Okay, so that applications we will see in this chapter, particular topic. Okay, so in next part 2, that is clinical pharmacy. What is mean that clinical pharmacy? It is an patient oriented services. So you just remember that. Okay, so in this there is first chapter, that is introduction to clinical pharmacy. So here we will see the definitions as well as functions of that clinical pharmacist. So that particular information or that sub topics we will see in this clinical pharmacy chapter. Okay, as well as we will see the scope of that clinical pharmacy. What is the scope of clinical pharmacy? Okay, so next is there is modern dispensing aspects. So here we will see the what type of modern aspects which are used at the time of dispensing of medicine. So that is first one, that is patient counseling. So what type of material which is required for the counseling, that is pictograms as well as books as well as some other material. So we will see in this chapter or topic, as well as we will see in this chapter, that is medication history, how to record that history of that particular patient in the hospital. So we will see in this chapter. Next is that is a medical terminology. Okay, so in this chapter we will see how to convert or various meaning of that particular words which is in the form of Latin. Okay, so next is that is diseases, manifestation and symptoms. So in this chapter we will learn the various diseases as well as symptoms and the treatment as well as the manifestation of that particular disease. Okay, next, that is physiological parameters. So what is physiological parameters? So these are the particular value of that particular parameter. So by using that parameter we will check either that particular patient which is in normal state or suffering from any disease. For example, blood sugar level. So what is the normal value of blood sugar level? So as well as what is the heart rate, as well as what is the function of kidney. So that particular parameter as well as its significances we will learn in this physiological parameters topic. Next is the drug interaction. It's very important chapter is the drug interaction. So here, if there is an interaction with the drug, for example in presence of food or in absence of food, as well as in presence of other drugs, so what will be the outcome? So that particulars we will see in this drug interaction chapters, as well as their types, that's a drug interaction or drug food interaction. So that we will see in this chapter. Okay, next one is that is adverse drug reactions. So what is adverse drug reaction? So it is an unwanted effect which is produced by that particular drug when we are taking as a normal. Okay, so here we'll see about the different adverse drug reactions, that is predictable as well as non-predictable. Predictable means, so that is that particular adverse drug reaction will, what that means that is predictable, we can guess that. So that particular adverse drug reaction will be happen with that patient. Okay, so this we will see in this chapter. Okay, non-predictable means we can't guess or we can't judge that particular adverse drug reaction with the patient. Okay, next is that is drugs in clinical toxicity. So in this chapter we will see the toxicity of that particular drugs, that is the phenobarbital is there, as well as heroin is there, some of the barbiturates we will see in this chapter. Next one is that is drug dependence. Okay, so in this chapter we will see the various drug dependencies, that is drug abuse is there, addictive drugs are there, as well as the treatment for this particular drug abuse patient. We will see the difference between drug abuse as well as drug habituation. Okay, so next is the viability. So you all knows what is mean that viability. So what is the meaning of viability? So viability is nothing but the rate and extent of that particular drug present in the blood circulation. Okay, so after taking drug, that goes to the stomach. So after absorption, that drug molecule goes to the blood circulation, and that particular amount which is present in that blood circulation, that is called as a viability of that drug. So in this chapter we will see the various processes of viability, that is active transfusion as well as passive transfusion. Okay, as well as we will see in this chapter the various factors which affects on the bioavailability. For example, some pharmaceutical factors, that is disintegration time, all these parameters we will see in as well as some physiological parameters. For example, ADM is there, that is absorption, distribution, metabolism, as well as excretion. So we will see in this chapter. Okay, are you getting or not, Pankaj?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next, so books, what type of books you want to refer? Which books is required to study this particular subject? Okay, so I think there will be a question mark from your side. What type of books should be referred to study this particular subject? Okay, so we will see that particular books. So in that, first one is there, that is Hospital and Clinical Pharmacy. The author, that is DJ Patil. Second author is there, that is Hospital and Clinical Pharmacy by A.V. Yadav. Next one is there, Hospital and Clinical Pharmacy by A.R. Paradkar. Next is there Remington's, that is Pharmaceutical Sciences. Next one is there Testing of Raw Materials. Next is there Evaluation of Surgical Dressing. Next is there Sterilization of Surgical Instruments, Glasswares and other hospital supplies. Next one is there, that is Handling and Use of Data Processing Equipment. So many books are there, so many. So you are, I think you thought that so many books are there, which is more suitable for us. Okay, so don't bother about that. I will tell you which books you should refer there. So not only that particular books, you refer all these books. Okay, but I recommend you, so there is a three books. You just see here the first three books, that is Hospital Clinical Pharmacy by DJ Patil, as well as A.V. Yadav or Dr. A.R. Paradkar. So I recommended that you just refer these three books. Not only these three books, you should refer all these books as well as other sources. Not only the books, but by using the internet and all these things. Okay, but I recommend these three books. Okay. Okay, if you have any query, you just ask here. And lastly, thank you for your patience. Still, if you have any query, you just contact me on here, that is on a WhatsApp number as well as on email.